get traded.
Yes! Shrewsbury scores! Ball is lined up on the left side. Hits the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! Two-point conversion! Colonials are on! Unbelievable! 22 points! 16 seconds!
3 games.
One game.
Crying out loud.
And
Welcome to Coach's Corner.
Dun, dun,
Joining
dun,
us,
dun.
joining us tonight, Nick, Billy. Oh yeah, and I swore. I apologize. Sorry in the game.
right off the bat,
John,
good John.
Bobby, and of course, Coach Aloisi, John. Honest to God, we all walked into the game saying we're going to get killed, and we played fantastic. I thought your game plan was almost flawless. If we could have gotten a couple of spots, maybe it would have been flawless, but just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think coaching staff, assistant coaching staff, kids prepared really hard, and, obviously they were a quality team. So we had an exact plan, and like you said, we felt like we executed pretty well, and the kids fought, tooth and nail down to the wire. So couple plays here and there, like you say, and maybe that game turns out a little differently. But hats off to them, and we hopefully we feel like we took a little bit of a step on Saturday.
Yeah,
and
you
hoping that
definitely
we
did.
propels us a little bit going forward, because the
Yeah,
effort
plus,
was good.
and you got a little help on Friday night, right?
I don't know if
Fitchburg
that
beat.
helps. Fitchburg beat Algonquin.
Yeah, that does definitely. Yeah,
See, you kept saying, no, it doesn't, but it
although,
does.
I don't know if it
not,
did.
not significantly at this
Yeah.
point, but
Right,
anytime.
right. But it
you're-
could help.
Anytime, the Division III team loses, that's helpful.
Right.
I thought the I don't know what you call the play, like the flea flicker play there.
Oh, yeah.
That was
That was.
I was so
fabulous.
surprising. I didn't see that
TK, he was a
coming.
quarterback, right?
That
No.
was AJ
It
Hammond,
was AJ
Ham.
Ham,
He was a
yeah.
quarterback.
quarterback
right?
last year.
Right.
Yeah.
What a that was a great call.
Yeah.
That was a great call.
Well, I mean, it's a great throw.
It was a great
Yeah.
throw.
You know.
Right over
Right.
the fingertips of the defender. I mean, he could have missed it by
I
a quarter
know.
inch.
Yeah,
Right-
we were
right
worried
there.
about that, because they had some 2 safety looks and some 1 safety look, so we were a little concerned with what they were going to come out in, because you can't predict it. So we just went with
How
it.
much do you practice that play? I mean, that was flawless. It
Yeah,
was- it
probably.
was
Yeah, I
great.
don't know. Maybe not 2, maybe 7 or 8 times. We try to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, but a lot of times those plays they don't work in practice.
Well, that was
Exactly.
Yeah.
great.
We couldn't complete it on air.
Yeah.
But you did trust the kids, and the kids, they executed really well. And even up front, I think, our left tackle, Alex Houghton, had a great block. It's a tough reach block on the DN to hold that while the ball's out, and he's got to get
The
it.
line was exceptional.
Line was
They,
exceptional.
they
The
have been
line-
all
We praised
year.
the line all
The
night.
line was exceptional.
They did a really good job. Yeah.
Tucker up the middle, then a sweep to Hanush,
Yeah.
to Justin Toon.
Yeah.
I said it was
Spiegel.
great.
Wasn't Spiegel?
Yeah,
He had a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
We were very
How
proud of you
was,
boys.
We
really
We
were.
I
How
was
many
really-
carries did Tucker have?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. I
I-
didn't get the stats back for some reason.
Got to
from
be
the
in the
stats.
20s. He's got to be.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
had to be
think
in
so.
the 20s.
Well, we had 61 plays on offense, and we must have run at 55, I would think. Yeah, he had probably over 20 out.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
I would think
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
too.
Tip your hat to St. John's.
Yeah.
They're a good team.
Right.
They're talented. They've got a lot of weapons.
They got a lot
But
of
you
weapons.
guys held your own against them. So good job, John.
Thank you. Yeah, we were hoping
Good
for a
job.
better outcome. We really felt like we
Yeah.
could have, if we could open possession of the third, if we could have gone down the field.
And
And,
Yeah.
scored, it's a
Well,
whole
that
different
was
game.
that was the best drive. I mean, we had said a 9-minute drive, but you had to complete that touchdown. You had to get
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
touchdown.
you did.
You hold the ball that long, you needed to.
And then they
However,
scored quickly.
yeah, well, that's the way they are.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know
You
that.
know, they can
mean, if you'd
score from
stopped them
anywhere
and-
on any play.
Got it back, it would have been different.
well, what I think would have been ideal, and we were hoping for this, that the second half, if we could have milked the clock, it would have been a 5-possession second half. We had the first, if we score,
All right.
if we
Yeah.
score the first and third, and they score the second and fourth, that we have the ball
Right,
with the final possession.
right,
Which.
which is what you want.
Which is what we hoped for coming in, having deferred in a tie game at the half with the ball. If that 5-possession scenario had held true, which obviously it didn't, but if we had scored, and if we had just kind of matched scores, we were in the driver's seat because we had that first possession. But just not capitalizing inside the 10 was tough.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions. Is it within the rules to have video replay on your bench? Do you know?
I think Huddle has some functions now that allow you to look at stuff on the sideline.
Okay.
But I don't really, I think that came out, or at least we were aware of it in August or September once the season had got started. So
Because
I don't
we
know.
understand that they have it,
Oh, yeah.
and I was just wondering.
Well, I think for them, they play their kids one way. So their offense can come off the field and they can talk and review.
Like the NFL does,
Yeah,
they go and
right,
sit
right.
and.
I mean, sometimes when I have an adjustment to make with an O lineman,
He's out there.
he's out on the field. You know, I want to ask him a question,
Yeah.
and he's turned around and played D.
Yeah, right.
So,
That's a little hard.
yeah. So sometimes it's halftime to say, hey, you know, ask them the question. So I think they're a little more equipped to do that. I don't know how many coaches they have too, but for us, having someone manage that.
How many? You counted them.
14.
they've-
14
14,
coaches.
yeah. We just, we talked about this a little bit when we found out that you can do that with Huddle. We joked that we were trying to just get 11 on the field. We're trying to,
Yeah.
you know, there's
Make sure
there's
you
a lot
got-
of management issues on the sideline with,
Right.
you know, a
Right.
lot of jobs to be completed. That would probably be a lot to try to pull off.
Well, it takes money. It takes money because you got to have the equipment. And I just didn't think it was fair that one team
Yeah.
could have it and the other team could not.
But I know it's within the rules.
Okay.
I'm honestly not very knowledgeable. I do know it's within the rules. I do know that it's out there.
Okay.
But
I just wanted
don't know
to
much
know-
about it.
Billy made a good point when we talked about it after, that in the NFL, if the headsets go out on one team, they shut them off for the other team. Not that we're the NFL, but, or if the video's not working for one team, they shut it off for the other team. So how is it fair that one team can do it and another team can't?
Yeah, well, I think, yeah,
That's
I'm
all.
not sure. I think they just have the capability and
Yeah,
the
okay,
resources, yeah.
Okay.
You got the resources, the money, you
Yeah.
can do it.
The second question, and we have never been known to be rules mongers or up on the rules. Have they changed, the way they spot the ball on running plays? Is there something we're missing, like where the toe touches is where they mark the ball? You know I'm being a little facetious here.
Yeah,
but-
you are. A
But-
lot
What do you mean? A lot
facetious.
suspicious, not a little.
But
Yeah, where the knee, when the knee goes down, where
That's
the
where the
ball,
ball is.
or an elbow, or an
Right,
elbow,
Yeah.
right.
knee or an elbow, wherever the ball is at that point.
It's where the ball is,
It's where the ball is.
not where the
Right.
knee
It's-
is,
no.
not where the elbow
Unless
is.
you're standing straight up, you know, like your knees hitting,
Yeah.
you're holding the ball.
That's what I'm
like-
talking about.
I mean, we have all these new NFHS rules, and they reviewed with us, so officials did a great job off-season getting us up to speed with the main ones. And so I think that would have been addressed if it was changed, or if it was different than what we were used to. Because I think there's 253 changes. So, but I'm pretty sure it's just,
Yeah,
I'm
we just-
almost certain.
We were just upset that we thought the ball placement in that game were awful.
not that we ever get upset either, but
They hate us out there.
That
What
was a
difference does it
crucial
make?
thing, though. I mean, it was like.
It was
that's
crucial.
It was clearly more than half his body was over the line,
And it was twice.
and they marked it just touching the line on the other side.
It was twice. In the first half at the 3-yard line, we
Yeah.
lost by that much.
Yeah, I didn't
We
really
lost the
notice
first down
that
by
one,
that
'cause
much.
you can't really tell when it's not on
Yeah.
a major line,
Yeah.
but.
Yeah, I
Well, you
mean,
know
we-
what? Let's not be sour grapes. I
No,
just
no.
thought it was a highly entertaining game.
It was a great
It was
game.
well
It was a
played on
great
both
game.
sides of the
Yeah.
ball, and we were all
It
happy.
was a great atmosphere,
The
for sure.
diplomat.
No, I just
That's right.
because I want to talk about Leominster. We're running out of time
he
here.
didn't get,
Gas cans of
We
diplomat.
gotta
we're
have.
running out of time. What
Well,
are you
no,
talking
because
about? There's no kids
there's
coming
no kids.
on.
Oh, I take
Yeah,
that back.
goons.
No kids tonight.
Ambassador.
All right, go
gas
ahead.
can.
Keep going, man. I don't care. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We don't call him Sunbeam
Yeah,
for
yeah,
nothing, right? Stirring the pot. You gotta be
Really.
kidding me. I can't
It
believe
was a
you're
great
being the
crowd.
diplomat. It
It
was
was
a great
great crowd.
great atmosphere.
Great crowd.
I'm gonna tell you another thing I don't like. I don't like having both crowds
Yeah,
on the same.
Oh, that's
yeah,
tough.
yeah, that's not
That's tough.
They're listening to, I'm telling you, people are turning around giving us looks.
That's
and-
tough.
Yeah.
In our
We had to
stadium.
sit outside
Yeah.
Yeah,
because-
we had Kevin Shea in the booth.
because after 21 years,
There
because
was room
after
for both of
21
you?
years,
No,
Or
he had
just
the
the
kids,
audio?
he had
We
the
got-
kids running video part of the
We don't have a,
scoreboard
we don't have a
Had to
press
be
box, we
next
have
to
a
the-
closet.
next to the speaker.
Next year, Jay keeps telling me next year.
Hey, wait a minute,
so.
don't call it a closet, because some of those houses up in the center have closets bigger than that booth.
John, I'm gonna come clean, there's the last play for us, what was the decision to pass on that play?
It was
Is
the
it just-
third and 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
As the game was getting, so it was a play fake off of a play we had run several times. It's actually a false pull play. And as the game went on, I don't know if you guys picked up on, our kids play one way. As the game went, getting those yards in between the tackles was harder and harder. So 3rd and 4, banging it up in there twice to get 4 for the touchdown was gonna be tricky. In our, the boot that we ran was really just a quick into the flat.
Plus
They
twice you
brought-
would've had to use your timeout that you had left, or run the risk of running another minute off the clock, which you couldn't afford at that time.
Yeah.
And that's fine, I understand everything you just said. But why roll him left when he's a right-hand thrower?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Why not go the other, I'm just curious.
Usually I usually call the play to the field, usually. I mean, if we're
To the
booting,
wide
The
side?
wide side.
to the wider side of
Have
the field, so
more
there's more
options,
space,
yeah, more
yeah.
space.
But it's a fair point. If you do it in the boundary, you just don't have as much space. They have to defend the space. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah.
They brought their outside backer off the edge, which, had they.
Was he on
it
a
was-
run blitz, or you think he was on a pass blitz?
I think he was just coming either way, but
Either
of
way.
course, if we knew that, we wouldn't have called it.
well,
But-
I just wanted to come clean, because at the time, I didn't think it was a good call, but I knew there was probably a reason for it.
Yeah.
So I questioned the call, but.
I think if he completed it.
I knew there was a
It would have
Yeah,
been a really
great
good call.
Yeah, right.
That's always
right,
the way.
Right,
always-
absolutely.
John, I thought it
absolutely.
was a great call anyway.
Terry used to
God.
say to us
Yeah.
all the time.
I thought it was a good
I
call.
thought it
Well,
was
if
a
we
good
made the
call.
play, you guys would have been praising me, and he was right. That's what we used to do.
We ran it, the one TJ to Stavros, it was like a 50-yard play.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a
It
good
was,
one.
it was the
Yeah.
same exact
Yeah.
play.
Okay.
Because
But they didn't have a blitz.
They
They
didn't
just, they
blitz.
caught us, is what you're
They
saying.
caught us.
Ah.
They caught us, yeah, which
And
sometimes
that
that
happens.
happens. And, I think I was, because I have about 10 seconds to decide, but I do think of all these, because of the rhythm of the game is always, on my mind. And we had come up short, by trying to kind of be stubborn with the run at that point. We had stalled, so it was almost like we might have to try a little something here.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good
okay.
reason.
Instead of.
I get
I
it.
have no problem
Yeah,
with
but I think, I mean, it didn't look good for sure. I mean, he was wide open, but
Yeah.
Clint had heat.
Yeah, he had
We
no
also didn't
time.
do a great job when our motion back comes across, is supposed to seal the edge on the D end, and the backer was there too, so our guy,
that. Went for the back.
he kind of didn't know who to get,
Yeah,
and
right.
both guys ran by him.
Ah.
So if he had picked up, I think Clint might have had another second if he'd got the
Might
end.
have
So
had
it
a
wasn't
chance.
perfectly executed
Yeah.
either.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
Clint and to TJ.
Yeah,
And
playing hurt.
Yeah.
playing hurt, limping around.
Oh, my gosh, we
And
never
playing.
expected out of them what we
Never
got.
expected
Never.
TJ to play.
They played
Never.
fantastic
They
games.
did.
How's Chris Hanoush?
He separated his shoulder. You got to evaluate today. He's actually relatively good.
Oh,
I mean,
He is.
he's probably going to miss some time, but I think it's day to day. But it's going to be less time than I think we initially thought. But I haven't talked to Walter. And yeah, getting back to those guys, I was just I was so proud of them. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
TJ is hobbling and he returns the kickoff to the 45. We have a penalty, brings it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Then the next play he runs for 50 yards.
Yeah.
Just to give us a boost, and he can hardly run. I mean,
Yeah.
it was,
He still made great cuts.
yeah,
He
he
did.
Did.
How though?
He's
How,
got a lot
that
of
was the
courage by
question.
those two
How?
kids.
He was
That
hurt.
had to be
He was
painful.
hurt.
But yeah, I mean, they were awesome.
They
Yeah,
were, they
yeah.
were. I was so impressed with was AJ Ham.
Yeah.
Unbelievable athlete.
Yeah.
I said he had the punt return, just took it and went.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get far down the
The
field.
only thing I got upset
Oh, how
with,
about-
when he got the interception at the end of
Yeah,
the first,
we-
why'd you fall down?
Yeah, why didn't he
Why?
run?
I don't know.
You got the offensive team out there.
But what
Why'd
about
you fall
Cade?
down?
Cade? Remember Cade was going at it with one of the guys on the line?
Remember
Remember that?
Oh,
that was
Remember
a
that?
battle.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
6'5",
What a-
285 pound.
Did you pick up on that
tackle
at all?
Against.
Oh my gosh.
Against Nelson.
They were going
Nelson.
after the whistle blew
Yeah.
a couple
Our
times.
line against our defensive line against their offensive line was a battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was a battle. And they didn't get a lot of yards running.
no.
no.
Even
Sitting
Dennis,
up the middle
Dennis didn't get
at
hardly
all.
anything.
But you gotta give our kids credit, cause like I said, those kids, it's the same kids on
Right,
both sides. You know, they're bringing in a
Wow,
fresh
it was a
set.
great
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
They-
And for our kids to have to do that, we'll get a big emotional stop, and then they gotta go on offense and then go on a drive.
Right.
And we really try as hard as we can. We try to play as many kids as we can. While maintaining, you know, we need production, obviously, but we got a lot of kids that, you know, they log a lot of plays. Yeah, so it's a challenge. That's the biggest challenge, and one of the biggest challenges in facing those guys is the fact that some of their guys go two ways.
Yeah.
But it's not
Yeah,
out of
very
I don't-
few.
Yeah,
Very few.
Very few.
And I don't know, and I don't think it's all the time.
No.
They've got some outstanding players.
They
They
do.
Yeah, they
They
do,
do.
absolutely.
Brunel is, I thought we did a pretty good job on him.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
didn't get much early, and then
No,
toward
no,
the
but
second
he
half,
is
He was
good.
tough being
Yeah.
taken. He was tough to
Tough
take
to
down.
tackle.
Yeah.
He's
He
about
is good.
200 pounds.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I heard a couple of people said that that played him early said that he looks very big. He almost looks like a tight end.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at that this year. Some of our guys are bouncing off of him.
Yeah.
I mean, we saved that last shot play they took
Right.
where he
Yeah,
caught it.
yeah.
I didn't, you know, he caught a lot of underneath stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but nothing, you know,
Nothing big,
vertical.
nothing deep, yeah.
Which
It had a lot of little drag plays.
Yeah.
Couple
Over the
guys would
middle.
go along and they'd drag another guy out in the
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
zone.
well, yeah, a lot of
And he was
weapons.
wide open, yeah.
The Stakely kid.
Stakely's very good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the running back,
the
backs
other
are
running
good.
back.
Number 29,
Yeah.
Ricciardo,
26.
Hilton.
26.
Hill
Yeah.
26, he
Hilton.
was good. He was good.
Yeah.
Dennis played more defense than he played offense.
Yeah.
I just think overall defensively, and this is just an opinion, I thought we played fantastic. We did. We played fantastic. This is a team that put up 63 points against Shepherd Hill the week before. They scored 28 against BC High. They scored
BC High, Catholic Memorial.
Catholic Memorial.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Everett.
scored against Everett too, and yet we held them to 31.
Yeah.
And I thought, I just, kudos to the whole team.
Really.
I thought, going in there, I'm going, oh my God, we're gonna get killed, and we
No,
played
that
great.
wasn't the case.
Nope.
Well, I think again, that third, I think you guys always say this, but the third opening half possession,
Yeah.
First 5
Mm.
minutes.
you know, for
We said that
90%, for 90% of it, we were on schedule and then
Yep.
to
Yeah,
stall, but
I
still we're in
know.
the game. But I think if we go up there, of
Yep.
course,
Yeah, it's
there's
a
a lot of
different game.
football
We
left
said
at
that.
It's a
point.
totally different.
John, we said that. We talked about that and we said that.
We were raving about it. Here's 7 minutes, we still got the ball and we're
Yeah.
driving still.
Yeah.
This is great. This is exactly what we want to do.
Kevin Shea was saying the same thing the whole time. He said, this is now an 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
He said, this is ideal for what the Colonials are trying to do. And I said, I said it was perfect.
Well, we had 7 possessions, and 6 of them went inside the 10. So it's things just get a lot tighter when you're down inside there.
Mm.
And they're
And they have great athletes too. They do. And again, this isn't a knock, it's just at every position, they have great athletes. They do.
Yeah, well,
they do.
No, good
Watched
tip you
the
have to
JV
them.
game
and-
too, and they were tough.
Yeah,
Were
they
you
were
at the
tough.
JV game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We
12
saw the
o'clock.
second half
Oh,
of
the
it.
JV too.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to this
how did
yesterday's.
Yeah, how about
how
JV
did
ones?
they do
too?
yesterday?
It was really competitive for 2.5, 3 quarters, and then St. John's pulled away. I think it was 46-28. It was 28-24 midway through the third, late third.
Okay.
So I think we threw. They had 2 pick sixes in the last 5 minutes. Because we had to start throwing to catch
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But it was a competitive game. Our kids played hard.
Now, how about, here we go, it doesn't get any easier. Gotta go up to Leominster.
When is the
Always-
game, John? Is it
It's at 7 on Saturday night.
Saturday
is
night?
Saturday night. It's been that way before Tripoli and everything. I don't know if it's our homecoming,
It probably
but it's been a
is.
Saturday
Yeah, Billy, you
all,
said Saturday.
all season. Hasn't moved.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't get any, it's tough. It's tough to go up there and play.
All 7, like I said, all 7 Division III teams are competitive. I mean,
Yes.
Leominster is
Yes.
1 and 4.
Yeah.
They lost to Doherty like we did on the last few seconds,
Yeah.
and they lost in Neshoba in overtime.
Yeah.
So they're, you know, they could easily be a 3-2 team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've had some injuries. I've heard, I don't know if that's true, if that's exactly true, but the last 2 games, Shepherd Hill and Wachusett won by multiple touchdowns, but I don't think they were playing with a full team. I don't think Leominster's playing,
Now,
so I
are
don't know
they-
the status of all that.
We're going to Leominster this Saturday. Then we got Shepherd Hill at home, and then we got Neshoba where?
At home.
Here,
At home, okay.
Now, are we still
Yeah, don't you
under
remember
the-
last year,
under the
Mean Face?
restriction of the mosquitoes until a freeze comes? Is
Seems
that-
so long
So
ago.
we may still be Saturdays?
yeah, I'm actually trying to touch base with Jay today or tomorrow to see what the deal is.
How long
'Cause
in
I don't think
advance
a
do
fir-
they have to like,
I think they typically try to do it a week and a half, so middle of this
so
week,
we're-
which is tomorrow.
yeah, right,
Yeah, so I
which
think,
is not supposed to be
it doesn't look that way.
close to a freeze, but not,
Right.
yeah.
And it's, and I've been saying it all year, I think I said it on the broadcast, it's not the same.
No.
It's not. It's not the same
Well,
as
for us,
Friday
the
night.
players didn't seem to be that affected by it.
No, I don't know about, well, no, you mean playing.
Yeah,
No, but when you talk to them, when we've talked to them when they've been on the show,
They like
They
the
all
Friday
kinda
night.
yeah, they like
say-
Friday night, but
Yeah.
they said, you know, when they get on the
Yeah.
field and
Yeah.
play the games, you know.
Yeah, once they get into the game,
Yeah.
yeah.
so what's Leominster bring? Are they, is Palazzi still the head coach?
No,
No.
Oh, he isn't?
no, Devin Gates,
Who?
Okay,
Devin Gates, he was in college, coaching in college, Fitchburg, I believe,
okay.
maybe Worcester State. I'm not exactly sure.
So are they an I, or are they
They're
spread?
spread
They're still
done,
doing spread,
but a lot of some pistol. They put the back
Okay.
behind the.
like we did,
Yeah, you put the back behind the quarterback.
yeah.
A lot of running. You
Oh,
know,
so
it's-
they do run.
It's
a lot.
actually, I think they're a similar team to us.
Okay.
Heavy run team. They're physical. They've got some good size. Don't throw a significant amount. So it'll be a battle. You can't. I mean, 1-4 means nothing. You know,
Yeah,
especially up
Anytime
there.
we go to Doyle,
Yeah.
it's always a battle.
and they're gonna. I
And if
think
it's
they're-
their homecoming, like you said,
I think it is. I'm not sure, but I think that for any chance they have for playoffs, they have to win out. You know, I think
Yeah.
their hopes are really slim right now. But if they go 4-4, there's a possibility that
Right.
they could get in.
right. How about defensively? What do they like to run?
3-4 or 5-2, whatever you want to call it. Similar to Westboro, which is different. We've seen even front from every team except Westboro and Leominster. Although last year they came out in an even front against us.
Yeah,
We prepped for the
the
three-
5.
Yeah, we saw 5 for years, and then just against us, they came out in an even front, which I was shocked. But our kids see the even front so much that, you know, it was fine.
Yeah.
We did pretty well last year against them. But they're big and physical.
Do they have any standouts, players?
Their backs are good. They got a good line. Their tailback, number 4, the quarterback's number 6. Those are probably the primary carriers. They have a receiver, number 1, I believe, who's talented. And like I said, their physicality in the box, both sides. They got a big offensive line. They got a big defensive line. Active linebackers are big. So we're gonna be in for a battle, definitely. A physical game. You know, watching them play Wachusett the last couple of days on film, it was a very, very physical game. Those two teams.
And I'm gonna bring up a fact.
Yeah.
You guys will be amazed. 3rd game in a row, we didn't punt.
Yeah.
We punted once, I think, all year.
Yeah.
Have we?
Westboro once.
No, we punted more than once.
More than once?
Maybe once Tantasco, once Westboro. And then who do you have? Doherty? Which
Already,
game?
we
Doherty
didn't
game
punt.
3. No.
St. John's, we
No,
didn't
we didn't.
punt.
No.
And I thought the game,
Algonquin?
Algonquin, we didn't punt.
either.
No, we didn't. I know we didn't there, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
3 games in a row, we
We
didn't
gotta
punt.
finish our drives. I think that's a big point of emphasis for us this week.
Yeah,
We're getting into, we're moving the ball, we're getting into the red zone, and, we just gotta find ways to try to
You know,
be a little
despite,
creative.
despite not punting, your special teams have done very well this
It's
year.
outstanding.
We gotta
Done
eliminate the
very
penalties. I mean,
well.
we had
yeah.
2 kick return penalties, a 52-yard penalty, and a 45-yard penalty, which
Yeah.
we're losing patience with that.
I know, John, but realistically, you could probably call a block on the back every time there's a kickoff, realistically.
Yeah. We've done, Coach Jackson does such a good
And-
job with those
And
kids.
I thought, I don't know, you probably know better than I do. The one they called, I think it was the second one. It looked like he got him in
Yeah,
here.
It's hard to say.
Is it just judgment? Do you remember the one I'm
One
talking
was
about?
blatantly bad.
Well,
One, he was.
I
That
didn't
was the
see it.
second one.
The one was with the only two kids out in the open.
That was the second one,
In
Bobby.
front of the ref.
Right.
And, I mean, I would have thrown it from the booth.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 'cause
I
that
think
a
it was the
blatant
first one, Nick. I think the second one, I thought he got him like here.
Yeah.
Not in the back.
Yeah, on film, it was hard to say.
Yeah.
But we've had, I don't know how many we've had. We had great returns on each of those
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
And, you know,
we
we're
did.
getting,
Oh,
we're one block.
Yeah.
Kick
Yeah.
return is such a good example in football. You know, if one guy doesn't do what they're, because you see everything. You know, it's so spread out.
Right.
You need everybody maintaining their block. We practiced it a lot, and we've had some lanes. You know, I mean, we had 2 really good returns over the 50 the other
Yes.
day. You know?
yes.
But to be called, now it ended up working in our favor, because we got pushed all the way back,
And went
and we went on a long drive.
Right, I
You
know,
and
but-
maybe it didn't work in our favor, but in terms of chewing the clock, it was, ended up being positive, but, you don't wanna start, we're on our own 15 from, I think we're on their
45 or 40.
45, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah, big
It
difference, big, I mean, you're 4 down territory.
I
you're
mean,
50.
you're right, and it's the more plays in high school anyways, in my experience, the more plays you have to make to go down the field, the more chance there is that you're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah, we always said that.
Yeah.
You know, to ask a team to go 90 yards.
Yeah,
is
Right.
especially in
very
high school.
difficult without
Especially in high
getting a
school.
big penalty or,
Holding or
yeah,
offside
or
or something
turnover,
like that.
whatever.
You know, somebody jumps on a
The
3rd
pros
and
can't
2.
even do it.
No.
Never
No,
mind-
I
never
know,
mind
I know.
Teenagers.
I know, it's difficult.
No,
It
is.
really is. So, how about this week in practice? I mean, how are the kids?
So because we have Monday JV game, Tuesday, 2/3 of our kids playing JV game, maybe half. So they just played a really physical game, so we don't, Tuesday, we just had a walkthrough. We lifted
Ah.
today.
Okay,
The JVs lifted, and we had a walkthrough just to install the game plan, and we lifted as well.
okay.
So tomorrow, because typically on a Friday week, Tuesday's our first practice. And Monday we'll do film and lift, and then we practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we've been going with, because of our Monday JV games, Tuesday we kind of treat as a Monday, and then we practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And it works out good because we're playing on Saturday rather than
Right, yeah,
Friday.
yeah. So we still got our 3 practices, and it gives actually kids an extra day of rest physically, which I think has been helpful. We've been relatively healthy. You know, we gotta get.
Yeah, we
Clint
have.
and TJ have
Yeah.
obviously, but, you know, ankles, they're, you know, they're not major injuries, right? You know, and.
Yeah, but
and
they
we-
can linger and linger.
They
Yeah,
can,
that's the
they
thing,
can,
yeah.
yeah. And I
And
think
sometimes
everyone,
they can be worse than other things.
right, I mean, we've had years where we've had a lot of guys out. I think the weight program has really been great. I don't know, Walter Hildebrand writes our program for the first year. He's doing it for us, and I think it's paying off
Really.
significantly.
John, let me ask you a question. In regards to the field itself, do the guys find that do they come off practice at the end of the practice, or the end of the week, a little bit beat up because of the field, or
The turf,
as opposed to grass, yeah?
we don't practice on the turf.
Or you don't?
We don't. So, Mr. Costa tries to give the field to us once a week, but because of the Triple E, no one can practice at night, so everything, the schedule is
compressed.
condensed now.
So you're down below?
Right, so he makes efforts on our behalf to try to get us on there, but a lot of times it's only for maybe an hour and 15 or an hour and a half. Or it's, you know, at 4:30. We like to start on the same time every day.
Yeah.
So I kind of by choice just say, you know, and all of our stuff's down on the grass field. We have the trailer down there. So for all those reasons, we're on the grass most of the time.
Wow, that's the end?
Okay, so 0 minutes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
47 seconds.
Wow, that's good.
Timer.
I mean, we could go,
Yeah, it is right behind.
we could go an hour.
So John, where do you plan on going to college?
Bucknell. Let's go to Bucknell.
I'm going where it's warm.
Smith College is good.
All right, we'll see you next time on Coach's Corner.